everyone. So my name is Christian. I'm a vlogger from the Philippines that accidentally got into the political sphere. And I'm so happy to be in New York today to meet all my kababayan. Where are all the Filipinos? Yeah! Okay. So one of my good friends invited me here through Laura and to talk about Independence Day. So I guess I wanted to start with asking, do you guys remember the first time you became independent? Because I remember my first time. When I became independent was when I first got a job, first made my paycheck, and was able to pay for my bills, buy the stuff I want to buy, eventually buy my own car, rent my own place. And that's what it means to be independent, right? And then after that, what do? You get married, you have kids, you decide what, the house you're gonna buy, apartment, and all of those things. And all in all of the things that you're doing is being independent. But what does it really mean to be independent? It means to be responsible. And that's the foundation of independence, being responsible. So I thought about it, I said to myself, you cannot have independence if you're not responsible for the independence. Because independence is fragile. If you do not take care of it, it will slowly wither away and die. Any plantitas here, by the way? Any plantitas? You know what a plantita is? Yeah, okay, so the plantitas would know this one. I got into gardening and my plants died. Yes, because I did not know how to take care of them. Now, I liken independence to gardening because it's the same thing. You have to water the plant, you have to make sure they get enough sunshine, just the right amount. Make sure you toil the soil, and make sure that everything you do is just the right amount to be able to make it grow. And you also have to make sure that the weeds do not infiltrate your garden. Because if it does, what will happen is it'll suck the nutrients of all the other plants. And then you have to take out all the weed. If you don't take it out, it'll keep infecting everything else and everything will die. That's what's happening with our democracy. That is what's happening with our independence. So the question you have to ask yourself is, how do we take out the weeds? Where are the weeds coming from that is infecting our independence? The weeds of disinformation, the weeds of fake news, of propaganda, of historical revisionism. That's what's happening right now. It's been happening for the last 6 years in the Philippines. I know you know this. And here's the problem. During the last 6 years, we were all silent. We were silent because we didn't know that there were trolls. Have you guys heard of the troll army? I felt it. When I accidentally started vlogging about politics, which led me here today, I felt that troll army bash me, bully me every day, every minute, every second. While I'm talking to you right now, I'm here, I'm feeling my phone vibrate with all the notifications of all the hate. And I understood why Filipinos were silent for 6 years. We were bullied into silence. We didn't know that they were paid by the government. Our own taxpayers' money is meant to bully us as we speak the truth. But that didn't stop me. Neither should it stop you. It should embolden you to speak up now. Now that you know better. Now that you know that you have the power. You have the right to independence. And what is independence? It is the right to be able to make the choices in your life for yourself. The right to not be able to not have to rely on anyone. The right to be able to do what you want, when you want, where you want. Anyone here read Noli Me Tangere?
Yes.
By any chance? Yes? Oh, wow. Okay, good. For the ones that haven't read it, I highly recommend you read Noli Me Tangere by our national hero, Jose Rizal. I'll tell you right now, if you read it, a fire will be lit inside you. It is so inspiring. And right now, his words ring so true, more than ever. All right? It's already the new millennium, and yet his words ring so true. And one thing that I like what he said, and I'll have to take my notes because I want to make sure I read this verbatim. He said, I want to use his words, not mine. So right now, there's a battle happening. There is a battle happening for our independence. And that battle is not happening with swords or guns. It's happening with our minds. And it's a battle where we need to use, well, in his words, the pen. That's what he did. And he said, on this battlefield, man has no better weapon than his intelligence. No other force but his heart. And we can make a difference. And the new battlefield is in cyberspace. That is where the battle is happening, and that's where I just want to make sure I'm not offending any other, government officials. That is where our government is fighting this battle, unfortunately. On cyberspace. And that's where we need to fight the battle. With our intelligence. What do I mean by that? How do we do that? By educating ourselves, by reading up on books like Noli Me Tangere, to understand and remember, what are we fighting for? We're fighting for freedom. We're fighting for democracy. We're fighting for our independence that is slowly dying right now. I don't want my independence to die. Anyone here from the Philippines that just migrated? Yeah? Okay. All right. You guys understand what it's like to be back in the Philippines. The suffering that our fellow Filipinos are going through. And not just the suffering in terms of their living, but the suffering in their mind. Because their mind is being poisoned by a lot of the fake news and the propaganda. So we need to be better critical thinkers. We need to be better at asking questions. We need to be better at helping our fellow Filipinos learn about the history and not allow Marcos to change the history, the reality, the facts. These are facts, immutable facts that you cannot change. I don't care what your truth is. These are facts that we all know cannot be changed. So I encourage all of you today to use your mind, to think, to be critical thinkers, to not just accept information, and be able to assess what's true and what's false, and to be able to share your knowledge with our fellow kababayans. And you know what? The next time you're bullied, congratulations, because that means you're a warrior. Because you know what? With all the messages I get and all the comments of hate and bullying I get, and they think they're gonna silence me?
No.
They think they're gonna silence you?
No.
We will not be silenced.
Yes.
We will be louder!
Yes.
Louder! This is our independence. We're gonna fight for our country. Thank you all the kababayans here in New York. My name is Chris Tan. Thank you, and I hope to meet all of you later on.
Thank you so much.